Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're here with Alex, and this is his beautiful 2004 Winds Fun Ship. It's a very unique name, but the engine that we're going to be working on is called the Volvo Penta, and this is I think it's a 7.4 liter, and we're going to be doing the gear lube right now on it. So we're going to be using the 100% synthetic gear lube, AMSOIL 7590 gear lube. So if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Tap the button right here, and then you'll see the notification bell. Tap that, and that way you'll be notified when we post a new video later. All right, so we got our MP metal protector. We're gonna go ahead and spray her. It's a nice penetrating oil. So we're just gonna hit it before we go to crack her loose. Oh yeah, beautiful. Alright, so I already sprayed the prop nut with the MP metal protector, so Alex should be able to crack it loose. Let's give it a shot. We might need the breaker bar on her. Let's see, we'll get the breaker bar. Oh, we got it. Money. The penetrating oil worked. Awesome. And plus he's got some weight behind him too, which is good. So the MP, this penetrates rusted screws, anything with corrosion. So we got that coming off. And we can just throw that down on, or we can put on the open the thing there. That's good. And now we're gonna try to wiggle this off somehow. If you want to use some paper towels or whatever. Oh, should come off like butter. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Or literally like that.
That is like a piece of cake. Oh my God, that's beautiful. So whoever last did this did a great job. All right, so we're gonna quick nail her with the MP metal protector, and then to get this off, we actually have to put it in reverse. So Alex will go back and switch it from drive to reverse. We just cracked her loose. So we got the right tool for it. This is specific to this model. It's the Volvo Penta, and that is the exact tool. So you can get that kit. That kit probably costs 30 bucks online, something like that. And we got it at a local prop shaft. So we're gonna take that off. This slipped off like butter because it was really well greased. So we didn't need a puller or nothing. And now all we do is come here, and I think this little Allen key. So we're gonna find out what size Allen key. We're gonna crack her loose and drain her down. So once again, we're gonna go ahead and penetrate it with our MP metal protector. This is a really good penetrating oil. We go ahead and just squirt her up a little bit, get her all nice and lubed. Let it sit for a minute, and it'll be time to crack her loose. Alex is gonna go ahead and pop our dipstick up top, so he'll take that off. And you can set that up top if you need some towels. I got some towels here, you can just set it there. And this is very easy. It's a 14 millimeter to get into that, and that's where the gear lube goes. And it goes down into these gears, and it goes into the prop shaft. So now we got the Allen key down here. The Allen key is about, what does that look like an 8 millimeter or something? Something like that. Yeah. And we'll go ahead and crack her loose. We got her, we just tapped her very lightly between the penetrating oil so she came off nice. And then we can finger loosen her once it gets to a certain point, and then we'll just yank straight out. And I think we're gonna be dropping, what, about 2.5 quarts?
I think so.
So you've had it for how many years, Alex?
12.
And have you ever done the gear lube?
I have it. I brought it to a shop before.
All right, so it's been done a couple years ago, probably. Yeah. All right, so we'll see what it looks like after a couple years, and should be interesting. The very first boat in the channel. Thanks to Alex. We finally got one. The seal looks good. Wow, that O-ring looks really good. You can probably almost get it by finger. And then just one smooth yank out. There she blows. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah.
8 millimeter.
Beautiful. 8 mil. Awesome. So the little bolt is a 8 millimeter Allen key, and we're gonna let her drain down. Once she stops draining, it'll be time to go ahead and, well, squeeze her in with the Easy Pack. It's that time to prep our Easy Pack. So Alex has the Easy Pack. This is the 100% synthetic gear lube, and he's gonna puncture that top little seal up there. And then we just trim our cap too, and that's pretty much it. So it's pretty easy. And the Easy Packs, they hold 1,150 pounds. So you don't have to worry about bursting one or something like that. And then you got the little loops on them, which make them super easy to hold, which is great. You know, you're not gonna drop it if you're doing something, fumbling around. It's nice. And now he just trimmed the little tip. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and squeeze in a little bit. Looks like we're just gonna fill it from the dipstick hole, and we'll squeeze in until it starts to run clear, because Alex ended up getting a lot of extra gear lube. So he's just gonna squeeze in, I would say squeeze half a pack or something, and we'll see if it starts to run a little bit more clear, because that was pretty rough looking. And you know, the gear lube is good to do every season. At the end of the year, before you're done with the season, all you do is change your gear lube, so when it sits over winter, it sits with fresh lube, and that way it doesn't pit the metal gears. The seawater or lake water doesn't corrode anything. And that's looking good. It's gurgling out. Tell me when you get through about half a pack.
It's already, yeah.
That's good. That should be fine. So we're gonna let that gargle out a little bit, and then as that comes out, we'll cork her up, and then it'll be time to fill her all the way up. So Alex and we took a look at the O-ring. It looks really good. We're not gonna replace that rubber seal, and once she drains down, we'll cork her up. Little hardware stuff like linkages, you can hit that with the MP metal protector. That will drive out moisture, and it'll also keep it from corroding and stuff like that. All your little hardware screws. And it's a penetrating oil, so she looks pretty darn good. You can see on the edges it's running a lot clearer now. So we're gonna just cork her up, and we'll go ahead and fill her up. We're gonna torque her down pretty light. A lot of this is aluminum. You don't want to strip your bolts. I would do, you know, like an 8mm Allen key. I would do 12 pounds of torque, something like that, and that's it. We're gonna go ahead and put a little bit of grease on and splooge it on. We'll be putting the props back on. They go on very straightforward, very easy to put on. They slide on like butter. We got this tightened up to about 12 pounds of torque. That's all our gear lube, so you can see exactly what it looked like, just so you know. And I'm not really seeing any metallic, but I definitely know it's definitely oxidized, and that's what happens when you get water in it, especially if you have salt water. So, you know, you can do oil analysis if you want to. The best thing on something like this, you just do it every season, and you don't have to worry about it. Awesome. Good to go. All right. He's gonna slip it on. First prop going on. Came off like butter, should slip on like butter. Beautiful. We're gonna use the tool to tighten her down. Beautiful. And then on this shaft, I would go a good 100, 150 pounds of torque. So I can get that out of there for you. Get that out of there.
But I will have to stop it to put it in gear.
All right. Yep.
So to tighten it all the way, I'll have to put it in gear.
We'll have to put it in gear. And then we're gonna tighten her up about 100, 150 pounds. All right, last prop going on. Should slip on like butter. Oh yeah, money. Money. Look at that slip on like butter. Beautiful. Looks good.
I'll have to switch it back in the
Yep.
reverse.
Yep.
So we can tighten.
Alex just got done putting it back into what was it, forward?
Reverse now.
Reverse now, and that way we can torque it without it spinning. So you always have to switch from reverse to drive for every prop you tighten or loosen. So he's going through it. Now you can get some body weight into it. It was probably about, what, 100, 150 when you took it off?
Yeah.
Something like that. 150 pounds of torque, and awesome. Good to go. She's a squirter. She is a gargler, man. A weird angle. So that's why you want to fill it through here, is it, I guess it lets the air in, so it's easier, I'm sure, but I guess we're already halfway through, so we'll just stick with it. All right, so we put in 1 1/4 quarts of gear lube, and we tightened it down fully to check the dipstick. You tighten it all the way down, you back it off. The seal looked good, everything looks good. So we'll get some feedback from Alex later. We're gonna start her up again, check the oil. Oil looks great. And it really meant a lot for you to be a part of the channel, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks for being a huge part of the channel. You're a good man, good man. And then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and throw some other vehicles that are similar to this. We got the motorcycles, we'll throw that up at the top. And down here at the bottom, we'll throw the playlist to some engine flushes. So you can always flush this. And that pretty much sums it up. We'll see you back next time on synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.